unfolding. Cause I don't think y'all be knowing how this shit's unfolding. Back shots to the rear, got the Mac unloading. Gotta reload like every so often. Saying I got my swagger back. I'm looking like this, my swagger never left.
Can't connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking backwards. So you have to trust that the dots will somehow connect in your future. You have to trust in something, your gut, destiny, life, karma, whatever. Because believing that the dots will connect down the road will give you the confidence to follow your heart, even when it leads you off the well-worn path. And that will make all the difference.
That if you want something out of life, if you want to change yourself, if you want to acquire something, if there's some goal that you want to reach, that is really not easy as some people will make us feel. That living your dream, changing your behaviors, overcoming negative habits, it's challenging. It's hard. That living alone is just very difficult. And once we begin to come to grips with the fact that living is difficult, always something, you will never ever have a problem-free moment in life. So decide that you're going to take some time to work on you, that you deserve that from yourself, that your life deserves some prime time, because you are creating your own production. As Michael Todd would say, you are the star of your show. You are the director. You're writing the script. And you will determine whether your life is a smash office hit or flop. You determine that.
If you feel you have something to give, if you feel that your particular talent is worth developing, is worth caring for, then there's nothing you can't achieve.
So how do we begin to nurture that hunger? What are the characteristics or the qualities of people that are hungry? What will it take for me to get some of the things that I want? And being hungry for those things, number one, you've got to work on yourself. It's very important that you engage in an ongoing process to develop you. Spend more time on yourself than what you've been spending. It's very important. You owe that to yourself. I was reading a book by Og Mandino called The University of Success. Read one line, gave me a chill. I didn't have to read anything else in the book. He said, many of us never realize our greatness because we become sidetracked by secondary activity. We spread ourselves too thin, don't know how to say no. And we find ourselves doing all kinds of things and never ever have time to do those things that we need to do to work on ourselves. And then there goes a second, there goes another second, there goes another second, and we can't stop and hold time. So you have got to stand up to that voice. When you're working on something you want to achieve, you have got to stand up to that voice. You've got to sell yourself every day on your abilities, on what you're doing, on the goal that you want to reach. You've got to sell yourself every day, every day, every day.
Hey guys, and welcome and congratulations on getting through our Advanced Inner Circle, and welcome to the Elite Inner Circle. So this is where the real fun starts and where your real business begins, and we're really excited that you have made this group. So you've got team with you now, you've got people that are excited and they've jumped on board with your vision, and you should be really excited to have them on board and help them with their journeys. That's what it's all about now. It's helping others and helping them with their lifestyle goals, and we can tell you that is the most rewarding part, well, it is for me, of this whole business, is seeing others achieve their lifestyle goals. So congratulations and welcome, and we look forward to working with you in this Elite Inner Circle. So today, Steve and I are just going to go through once again a few of your few key tips of what this inner circle is going to include. And so I'm just going to share my screen with you now so we can go through this. And I'll just play. Cool, so we're just going to go through a few tips and things that we're really going to be focusing on and what you should be focusing on in this Elite Inner Circle. So the first one, the principles and tasks from the groups that you've just been through, you've got to make sure that these are still being performed. So all of your daily method of operations that we've already included, you should still be keeping these up. It's really important that you keep these up in this group. So you're still contacting people, you're still posting on Facebook, you're still talking to your upline, doing those coaching calls, all those things that we talked about in the previous inner circles, that you're still doing those in these as well.
Cool.
So you want to go to the next one? Yeah.
So also as well, guys, on the next one here, leadership is key. And every day you should be asking yourself, are you leading by example? So now you're at a stage in your business where you do have team with you in your business. And as much as you want your team to do stuff that you ask them to do, but they're really going to start doing stuff that they see you do, not so much what you tell them to do. So it's really important here now that you are leading by example. So you need to be asking yourself, are you still sharing the business with people? Are you still sharing the program with people? Are you sharing the product with people? Are you showing your people that you are leading the way and that you are continuing to grow your business each and every day? So at the end of the day, you want your team to look up to you as a leader, and because they got into this business because of you in the first place, and you've shared this vision with them about what you want to create. So if you're not actually following through on what you're sharing with them, you're going to start letting them slip away, and they're going to start having some more. They're not going to be able to keep up with you, basically. So you need to stay on top of what your daily tasks are and showing them that you're also doing what you're supposed to be doing.
Absolutely. Keep building wide. Momentum is key. So a rookie error is when you get your 3 people, and you've got 3 people in the inner circle now. You might have more frontline than that, but a rookie error is to stop building wide. I've done this when I first started. It's definitely something that you learn, is that every single month you need to keep building team. So between 3 and 5 team members is what you should be aiming for each month. So keep building wide. Yes, you now have a team that you're leading and you're talking to them, and you're helping them with their team and their visions, but it's your business as well, so you need to make sure that you're building your team wide. So keep up those messaging, keep contacting people, keep your ears out for opportunities to add more people to your team every single day. That's a real key in this business as well.
But guys, also with that as well, you need to understand the numbers. That not everybody you're going to bring into the business is going to build the business the way you want to build it, or the same as the way you're going to build it. So what many people say is like 1 out of every 10 or 1 out of every 7 is going to start building it really strong. So you got to keep that in mind, that you don't just want to bring on 5 or 6 people and just expect every one of them to start making a massive business within your business. So that's another reason why you want to continue to build that momentum within your business. And remember as well, by bringing people on initially, that's what's going to pay you straight up. And it's later on what's going to happen that's going to allow you to build that residual income. So by continuing to bring in those new people all the time, it's going to continue to pay you, while those other people then are starting to build down within your business. So the next part then is you really want to have a focus on creating senior direct fast tracks in your team. So now you've just hit this senior direct position yourself. And really our whole business is just built on building senior directs within our business. And what I mean by that is that every time someone hits senior direct, that means they do have minimum of 1 team member within their business. So what we simply do is every time someone brings in that new team, we jump down, we connect with them, and we help them get to senior direct. Same thing again, we jump down, help that person get to senior direct. So all we do is we just keep duplicating that senior direct over and over and over again. So it's really important that you do completely understand how you got to this position of senior direct, because that's all we're going to be really doing is just duplicating that over and over again within your team.
Cool. So now that you've got team members as well, you need to add team motivation and contact into your daily method of operation. So there's a few ways that you can do this. Obviously, I use private messaging my team, just checking in on them, seeing if there's anything I can help with, but also getting your whole team involved in posts in the Team Falcon group as well, and especially in these inner circle groups as well. So, there's some really great posts that John does or one of the other leaders do in the Team Falcon group. Just make sure you're tagging your team, but a little bit more than tagging, make sure that you're also, putting a little comment as to why it's really important that they read it. So it doesn't always have to be about training and things like that, just some things that will inspire them as well. But it's really important that you do add that in there, and that you're contacting your team members each day. Obviously, you don't have to contact every single one of them each day. You'll know where they're at and what level of contacting they do need, but it's really important that you just add that in there into your DMO.
There's also as well accepting and understanding the 80-20 rule. So this is just something I kind of briefly touched on there a second ago. And what this kind of means is that 20% of the people in your business will end up doing 80% of the work. So like I was saying a second ago, not everybody we bring into our business is going to build a massive business. I did say a second ago that it could be 1 out of 10 or 1 out of 7. Ideally, it's going to be 1 in 5, which would add up to the 80-20 rule, but that's not always going to happen. So just keep in mind that, again, this is why we want to continue to build wide until we keep finding these 20%ers. Now, of course, when we get these 80%ers that come in, they're going to put on a few clients here and there. They may bring on a few team, but that's okay. So we still stick with them. We still work with them, and we still get them through all the training. And again, it just kind of reflects back to what their goals are and why they started in this business in the first place. And maybe someone just wanted to cover the cost of their own products. Maybe they just wanted to tip along and see how they go with it. And that's perfectly fine. At the end of the day, it's their business. It's completely up to them. We don't just sit and try and breathe life into them. We do continue to share some motivation stuff. We do continue to kind of share our vision of what we're trying to create. And then if they want to try and pick it up and become one of the 20%ers, again, that's cool. That's completely up to them. But we just stick with them wherever they're at, and we continue to support them on their journey.
Yeah, absolutely. So the next one is goal setting with your team. So obviously you would have done some goal setting in the earlier inner circles, and your team members that come through that would be doing that goal setting too. But you're not going to have everybody that wants to jump into these inner circles. So, but you still need to love on those team members that don't, come into this as well. So you need to make sure that you know how to goal set with your team. You're asking them those questions and really digging deep to see what this business can do to them. So, asking them what would $500 a month do for their lifestyle? If it was to pay their car payments, what would they then be able to do extra with their lifestyle? Would they be able to go on more holidays, or would they be able to, spend some more money on their kids? And then what would that do for them? So just keep digging deeper with people. I always find that so many people have never done goal setting in their life. So they don't really know how to respond, or they they get excited at times, when you are asking them those questions about goal setting. So there's some really great examples and training of goal setting in our Team Falcon University as well. So we'll step you through those too, so you really know how to do your goal setting with your team. It's a real crucial point in what we do.
And that really leads into this next part now about creating your vision for your team to get excited about. So like once you've set your goals of what you want, then it's about really creating that vision for your whole team of where they can actually take this and where they can actually go with it, and what exactly you want to be able to achieve with this. So whether you want to be able to get all your team together once a year and then you fly off to, I don't know, some exotic island and you do a big leadership retreat over there, or taking your team off to a conference in different countries. So being able to do stuff that's going to be so much fun for your team that they really get excited about this kind of stuff. Because again, that's kind of the stuff as well you're going to be sharing when you're actually talking to your new prospects. So when you're meeting new people and you're sharing what your team has done, or where you're going to be taking your team and what you're going to be doing, that's going to get more people even excited. And when people start to pick up your vision and they really start attaching to this and start getting excited, they're going to start sharing that excitement with so many other people. And that's when you really will start to build up so much more momentum. So it is really important that you do have this vision for your team and you do share it with them constantly, and then get them to actually share with you what they want to achieve as well.
Absolutely. So this next part is really important, and ask yourself this question honestly. Where is your belief out of a 10 out of 10 in the product, in the company, in the industry, and in yourself? If you rate yourself out of 10, and then if you come in any lower than a 7, then you really need to do some work to get your belief up in all these areas. So ask yourself that question and see where you're at. You want to get to a 10. You want to be bulletproof. You want to be able to walk out and be so confident about the product that we have. That's not saying you need to know everything about the product. That just means that you're confident enough to be able to then refer them to a third party if you don't know the answer. But you need to be really confident in the industry and the opportunity that we have, and you need to have a really strong belief in yourself. The yourself part is the part that I find that most people takes a while to get their 10 out of 10, and that's what you need to be working on. You need to know that you can do this. You need to really believe in yourself 10 out of 10 that you can make it with this opportunity. So that's something that I always ask myself regularly. I ask myself this, and if I find I'm dropping in an area, I know that's what I need to focus on. So it's a really great question to ask yourself and really try and get yourself to be a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I was just going to say that with the belief in myself, that's what was stopping me as well. And like, to build up all the beliefs, especially in the product, in the program, in the business, that's where conferences is going to be really, really important. So whenever the next conference is on, that's something that you just have to get yourself to it, because it's going to absolutely blow your mind. It's going to take your thinking, your beliefs, everything to a whole new level. And then with the belief in yourself, so wherever you're at with that, so for me, like for a long time, I was probably at a 4 or 5. And so in order to build that up, what I did is I dove into the personal development side, because I knew that's what I needed. And I just kept learning new stuff over and over again. And that's what I continue to do now today as well. Commit to doing that 30 minutes to an hour every single day of personal development, because it's constantly boosting you up. So it is really important to try and commit to that stuff as well.
Absolutely. Okay, so we just want to give you the picture again, so you've got it in your mind what we're actually achieving in this group. So this is Sales Coordinator 3 Club, which we are achieving. So just to reiterate what that actually is again, so you've got 3 team members that are in the inner circle, and we're getting them to Senior Direct Virtual Franchise. So that's what our aim is. They're also in that stage becoming a qualified business as well. So they're having that 15 to 18 DCN clients running through their business as well, and also getting their 3 team members into the first inner circle too. So that's your big goal. That's what we're aiming for in this group. Just want you to visualize that, and even put this up on a board or something like that, just so you can really visualize it. And remember though that it's just not, it's not going to be as neat as this. Like, you are going to have, more people in that front line. You might have, more people in Alex's line as well. So it's not going to be as clean cut as this, but that's what we're aiming for, Sales Coordinator 3 Club, to get past this elite inner circle.
So really on this next part now, and it's about really connecting with your team and connecting with people that really want this business. So even though you've brought Alex, Jane, and Mary into the business, that doesn't mean you just step away from everybody else that's within your business. Now remember, we get paid down 5 levels. So that means no matter which level somebody's at within our business, if they want to build a business, then it's up to you as well to really connect with that person and really help them to move forward. Because at the end of the day, they're contributing towards your business. So the more value you can actually give to them, the more return it's going to give on your business at the end of the day. So the way Alex has brought Jeff in, we spoke about the 80-20 rule. So it turned out that Jeff was a 20%er. He wanted to start building the business. So it's cool, we jump down, we connect with Jeff, work out his vision, his goals, what he wants to achieve, and we start working with him in order to help him move forward. And then same again, he's brought in someone that turned out to be strong as well. So we jump down, we connect with them, and we continue to work with them. Same again, Kylie brought in John, same thing again, we jump down, we connect with them, we continue to work with them. Now, while we're working with the person below us. So when we start off, we're going to be working with Jeff underneath Alex. So every time we're booking in calls with Jeff, we're going to get Alex on the phone as well, because what we want to do is we want to continue to keep training Alex in order to learn how we're actually coaching Jeff and helping him move forward. And it's the same with Kylie as well. We'll get Jeff on the phone when we're speaking to Kylie, because what we're doing is we're constantly sharing our knowledge with the guys within our business, and we're helping them to move forward. So eventually Jeff and Kylie, they're going to start building up to that leadership position where then they will actually jump down and start helping stronger guys underneath them and start doing the three-way calls and stuff. So it is really important that you don't ignore the guys underneath you in your business, that you are looking for the strong people, you're jumping down and you're connecting with them.
Awesome. Cool. So what we thought we would do next is just explain a little bit about our stories and our journeys that we've had with the Juice Plus business and the DCN. So I'm going to start with mine. So I'm just going to give you a bit of a background about why I did start my journey in the first place. So for those that don't know me, I was a bank manager before I met Juice Plus, and I had 18 staff members that I managed. I loved my job. Have always been very career focused. I was the branch manager at 21, so it's always been something that I've known and loved and wanted to really advance in my career. I had Leo in 2011, so my son there, and when I went on maternity leave, I had to go back to work, but I wanted to go back part-time because I wanted to be able to spend some time with him. As you can imagine, being a branch manager, I was at work a lot, so I wanted to be able to have a couple of days where I could have it at home with him. So that's when I started to really realise the limitations of traditional business, because obviously I couldn't go back as a branch manager. I had to go back as an assistant manager part-time. So obviously there's a pay cut involved in that. But when I did go to work, I was still treated like the manager. I still did all the most managers' duties. So that's when I really started to see real limitations with traditional business. I did have to go back to full-time work when Leo was about 12 months old. Just, 2 mortgages, and my husband's in real estate, which is a really up and down job. So I had to go back to help provide for the family full time. And that's when I even started seeing even more that, I was not loving this work-life balance. That wasn't really happening. I was the first one always to be dropping off Leo and the last to pick him up, working Saturdays, and just really didn't like it. So fast forward a little bit, I had Olivia last year, 2014 in January. And that's when I did the DCN program and loved it. Changed my whole relationship with food. And so I started to referring people to my personal trainer at the time that introduced me to the business. And so she said to me, look, let's sign you up for the business. I said no a couple of times because I didn't want to ever be involved in those, party plans or anything like that. But eventually I said yes because she told me it could pay back my product. So I just got involved for that instance. Straight away, I was involved with people that were positive, that were successful, and I totally was in. I was all in from that moment that I saw all of these people, normal people, being really successful in the business. So that just got me. I said yes firmly to the business in October last year, and that's when I went to Barcelona. So that was my first international conference, and it just blew my mind just about, and seeing the whole bigger picture, and once again seeing these normal everyday people being ultra successful, and it was a lot different to a banking conference. So in February, I was able to go to Birmingham. You can see down the bottom there, I took one of my team members, Shania, with me, and that was an awesome experience. As you can see, I loved going through these photos when I was making this up because it just made me realise how much fun I do love having and how much fun I've had in this business as well. And I put a couple of pictures up there of my kids and my husband just to show, my real reason why I'm doing this. I'm a very family person and love to have fun and travel and all those fancy things. I love all of that stuff. So Birmingham was amazing. I once again saw the bigger picture, and I was able to resign. Never actually went back to my full-time job, by the way, after having Olivia, but I was able to resign because I was doing well enough in the business to be able to resign from my full-time job in March this year. So we also went to Hamilton Island this year for the Australian conference. And as Stephen said before, definitely conferences are a must-do. I look back at all these photos, and definitely my belief in the company and the industry has definitely come from seeing these conferences. So definitely get to the Australian conference next year to make a difference. So that's my journey in a nutshell, I guess. This Christmas, last Christmas I was able to go away for 4 weeks because I didn't have to ask for annual leave or anything like that. We're doing it again this year. Just little things like that I was never able to do in the traditional, banking world. Like, I could take 4 weeks off, but then I wouldn't be able to take anything off for the whole rest of the year. So just little things like that I get to spend real quality time with my family, get to drop my little Leo off at preschool every day. Just little things like that this business has allowed me to do is amazing. And now I'm in it to help you guys get there. And I can't wait to be able to go on these conferences all together. We're just going to have so much fun. So that's me. That's my story, and that's my experience so far with the Juice Plus business. And I'll let Stephen share his.
Cool. Awesome, Lauren. But guys, for those that don't know me, I've been probably in the business now for around 3 years at the moment. So basically I've put together my team and called it Team Mission, because I believe everybody's on a mission. Everybody starts this business for many different reasons. And everybody's on a different mission as well. But the one thing we do have in common, it's about trying to help add value to other people. So that's kind of how I came up with the whole idea of Team Mission. And we all basically put in together to make a difference. So for me, kind of my journey started, like I said, I've been part of the business for 3 years now. But before that, when I moved from Ireland off to Australia, I was basically working a job that I absolutely hated, doing construction, getting paid absolutely crap all, working long hours. And I always thought that there must be a better way. There must be more to life than actually continuing to not enjoy what you're doing each and every day. So then from there, what I did is I decided to pack in doing the construction work, and I had a passion for health back then. So I said, right, I'm going to become a personal trainer. So I got into doing personal training at the time. Then from there, it was during that journey that I got introduced to the Juice Plus products. And straight away, it just made sense to me. It was fruits and veg in a capsule. My clients needed more nutrients in their side of their body, and this was an easy way to actually get those extra nutrients into their body. So from then, I didn't really see the bigger picture, and I didn't really have any big goals with the business because I actually didn't even know anybody else doing this business. How I got started was just some random person messaged me through Facebook, and after a couple of phone calls, I eventually jumped on board. But again, I never knew anybody else in Sydney doing it. I didn't know the bigger picture. I didn't actually understand that it was a network marketing business either. For me, it was just a way of adding value to my clients, plus an easy way to create an additional income as well. So over time, I eventually got to meet John Pilato. And from there, he created his whole bigger picture for me, and he showed me what was possible. He was sharing with me about his lifestyle, how he completely replaced his earnings, what he was getting in the corporate world. I started to see his beach lifestyle. I started attending events, and I started meeting all these people that have completely changed their lives because of this business. So then I thought to myself, right, if this is working for so many people, I can make it work for me. Now, I've had a lot of challenges up and down within my business, and a lot of it was to do with myself. And like Lauren spoke about earlier, about having those beliefs in the program, the product, the business, and of course yourself. And it turned out that I had a lot of work to do on myself. So I basically dove in, worked on a lot of personal development stuff. And from there, after doing all that stuff, my business started to grow more and more. I now have completely quit work as a personal trainer. I'm now doing this full time. As you can see from some of my pictures, I do like to travel. Last year I was in Bali. While in Bali, I was actually able to do this business while over there, which is pretty cool. Lying on the beach with my laptop, doing some calls, messaging some people. For me, like I love to travel. One of my big whys in this business is to be able to connect with my family more. So at the moment I'm living in Australia and I don't really get to see my family in Ireland much. Also as well, my wife is from Brazil. And again, she doesn't get to see her family much. So now, this time actually next month, I'm actually flying out to Brazil for a month. And that's going to bring me up to January. And then in February, I go back to Ireland then for 3 weeks. So being able to have that freedom to work where we want, when we want, and with whoever we want, it just really drives me to keep on going with this. And now that I've really seen the bigger picture and I've created my vision of my goals of what I actually want to achieve with this, it just pushes me more to share that with people, because I come across people so much that are so stuck up in their little bubble and in their little lifestyle that they can't actually see that there is so much more to life out there, and that they can have and do anything that they want in life as long as they truly believe that that's what they want. So guys, that's just a little bit about my journey. I still believe I'm only starting off, that I still have so much more to go and so much more to achieve, plus as well be able to help so many more people to be able to achieve a better lifestyle for them, their family and their friends. So that's just a bit about me and my journey and where I'm going with this now. So thank you for listening.
Awesome. I think something that always happens in this group is that everyone loves traveling. It's just something that a common thread, I think. Okay guys, so we'll just wrap this up now. So be excited. Like, I'm excited for you. The things that you've just seen that Stephen and I have been able to achieve, you guys can achieve that too. And we're really excited to help you get there as well. So yes, you're going to have challenging moments, but let that why and desire and that freedom that you want of your lifestyle to really drive you. And we're excited to help you get there. So I'm not sure if you're going to add something else there, Stephen, till the end.
Yeah, you just want to remember as well, like you're here at the moment and you want to get to here. What happens in between? You're going to have these ups and downs. You're going to have days where you feel like you just can't do it, or you're going to have days where you feel like it's just not happening for you. But the key with this business is that we stay consistent and we stay doing the stuff we need to do each and every day. There was a few times I nearly gave up on the business because I just felt like I was going nowhere. I felt like I was doing the work, I was putting in the effort, but I just wasn't getting any return from it. And lucky for me that John Pilato jumped in and he helped me out, and he helped me stay on track and stay focused on my vision of what I wanted to achieve. But what I've really come to realize is that we will get to the end position, but it's just, you just have to go with the flow of what happens in between your starting position and where you want to get to, because everybody has their ups and downs. Everybody hits those walls every so often. Everybody feels like, oh, it's not working or not getting anywhere. But I guarantee if you stick to it, the only people that will ever fail in this business are the people that give up. And if you hit a wall, then all you got to do is take a step back and just figure out what it is you need to work on. Connect with your upline, connect with us, connect with whoever it is that you're working with, and you will be able to figure it out. You'll be able to get over that hurdle and move forward. Also as well, you need to really commit to 2 to 3 years with this business and give it all you got. Because if you look at this business like a business degree, anybody who goes to uni or goes to college, whatever, they're going to be studying from anywhere from 3 to 5 years. And during that 3 to 5 years, they're going to be doing a lot of study. They're going to be passing different modules, moving into the next year, moving forward. But the thing is, with our business, if you look at it as a business degree, we still need to go through that whole process. We go through the different models. We continue to keep learning. Don't just expect to jump into the business and know everything. It does take time and it does take a lot of effort. So just stick with it and you will be able to achieve anything you want from this business. So guys, I'm really excited for you. Get stuck in and just make it happen. Awesome.
Y'all be knowing how this shit's unfolding. Back shots to the rear, got the Mac unloading. Gotta reload like every so often. Saying I got my swagger back.